moving on to special teams now. You got a lot of experienced kickers in the fold. Talk about the individuals there that you have and what their strengths are.
Yeah, so Adrian is our returning kicker. He's a very consistent kicker. He's a very accurate kicker. I like his ability to really change things up on the kickoff team. He can kind of spray that ball where we would like, areas of weakness. He's also a very consistent PAT and field goal kicker. So I'm excited to have him as a special teams coordinator, to have a really good, solid kicker that is consistent. That helps you sleep at night. So Adrian's going to do a lot of good things for us, whether it's kickoff, PAT, or field goal. His ability to just get his job done is really reassuring. Nate Osborne is a returning punter. He's been a multi-year starter for us, so we're expecting him to be the consistent, steady Eddie that he's been. We also have another punter slash kicker that came in who was a college soccer player, transfer, and he adds something different to the table, a different kind of athlete. He's got a real powerful, strong leg, and we're kind of seeing where he's at with things right now, just getting used to being a football player again. Coming from the soccer side. So there's some competition at those positions. I think there's a lot of stability there, but anytime you have competition, you can add some new guys, that just makes everyone better. So pretty excited about those guys, those three in general.
Speaking of competition, you lose an all-time great returner. Who's in the mix to fill those voids, and what have you seen so far?
Well, you can't replace Paul Revis. He's special. It doesn't matter how good your punt return unit is, as long as he catches the ball and has some space, he's going to make some things happen. So replacing him is going to be tough, and we don't expect to replace him. Right now, we're just hoping to get guys that are comfortable back there. So we're getting a lot of reps. We've got about 4 returners we're working right now. I think as of right now, Derek Parnell is going to get the nod at punt return, but we've got a couple guys right behind him that are real good too. So it's just getting them comfortable. That's a scary position for a lot of guys, especially if it's their first time doing it in college. So getting those guys used to having some live bullets buzz the tower a little bit is kind of the most important thing. So we have guys in those positions. As far as kick return goes, it's going to be a little bit of a committee. We've got some athletes this year that can flat out run, and we want to get those guys out there and see what they can do. But it's really tough to simulate full speed reps on kickoff and kickoff return. So again, those first 2 games are going to be really crucial for those guys. Get them used to kind of the speed and how fast everything happens. But I think we have the athletes in place. How fast we can get them up to speed is going to be the question.
Final component of special teams, it seems like there's a lot of depth in the area, a lot of young guys that you can throw into those blockers and those wingers on the coverage teams. Talk about how that's played a role.
Yes, in years past, we've had to play some of our significant players on special teams, Bo Heiberger, Andrew Weber, and we're hoping to get past that this year. At the end of the day, the best guys are going to play, the guys who put us in best position to be successful. But the last 2 recruiting classes have been really solid with the type of frames that we're looking for. So we've got some bigger bodies that can run, and now those guys are getting a little bit further into the program, so we trust them to get out on that field. But again, like I said, it's tough to simulate a true game. So those first couple of games, those big-time guys on defense and offense will have to play a little bit as we get those other guys' feet wet and get them used to the speed and physicality of things. But we're getting to the point with these last 2 recruiting classes where we have the size and speed we're looking for out of special teams. So really excited about where we're going with special teams, how fast we can get it polished and done. That's going to be the big question.
Well, first off, let's start with that. One of the few seniors on the squad. Talk about that. Has the role changed a little bit? People look at you a little bit differently now?
I'd say some guys come to me as a leader. I know a lot of guys don't look as a kicker, like as a leader, more or less. They seem kind of more like on the side, but I've kind of made my role in like establishing like who I am here, and coming in as a transfer, like I kind of knew what it took to like be a good leader. So I'd say just, yeah, a lot of guys just come to me for like advice and stuff, either in the weight room or what to do in the class or on the field, just how to carry themselves as a student athlete. So it's been pretty cool.
On the field, talk about your strengths. What's your favorite part of your game? And going on to that, what have you worked on over the summer to prep for this the senior season?
I'd probably say my mental capability. I know a lot back in high school in my JC when I'd miss a kick or mess up, I'd get in my head a lot. Now I kind of learned how to kind of just flush it and get on to the next play. And as far as on the field, I'd say I've worked a lot on my kickoffs and really perfecting my craft on my field goals and stuff. So it's been pretty good this offseason, so it's been going pretty well.
I'm moving on to your counterpart, punter Nate. I've been here a couple of years. What do you see from him every day working with him?
He goes out there and looks to work on his craft every single day. I know he's out there punting every single day, so that's one thing I could say. He's always out there looking to get better. So he's been working pretty good every day out in the field. So he's been doing pretty well.
What are his strengths? Power, the placement.
I'd say more finesse and placement. Like if we're on the 50, he'll look to place it like inside the 10 or have it sort of back spin to the ball to get it like inside the 5. He's always had good hang time on his punt, so that's one of his big strengths, I'd say.